So we're here at the SID Display Week, and who are you?
My name is Thomas Blasey. I'm the VP of Global Marketing at Silvaco.
So what does Silvaco do?
Well, Silvaco is the #1 provider for design tools for the display industry. So all the panels you see here on the show, there's a good chance that at least one of our tools has been touched in order to design those panels.
So what kind of tools?
It starts from TCAD. TCAD is a mechanical material simulator where you can do stress analysis, reliability analysis for your material to use for your different panels, whether it's OLED, micro LED, or TFT. Then it goes into the design of the panels, which basically is a layout.
Yeah. So does it look a little bit like this tool right here? Is this one of your tools?
Yes, this is sorry. This is the typical analysis a designer of a display would do in our TCAD environment. It looks at this is actually
A PowerPoint showing the
for flexible display, so they can analyze the material behavior of a flexible display and what kind of impact it has on the light emissions and things like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted. And then over there, you're showing animations of.
Yeah, this is, actually, to be honest, I was inspired by your video last year.
Oh, yeah?
Because you came to our booth and said, "Why are you here? What are you doing?" And it was very hard for us to explain it to you, so we put this video together, which pretty much shows exactly what our tools are doing. The whole design flow from beginning of TCAD into the design with a layout, extraction of the layout, and then circuit simulation. As a matter of fact, the video starts in a moment again, and you will see how you dive into the display.
Let me stand right here.
Okay.
So
Our software is used by many of the leading display manufacturers in the world, and in order to know what, we drill a hole in the display, and it starts with the layout, where you lay out your pixels. You do an electrical analysis of your layout. The tool is called Expert. It's our layout editor, and we have specific features built in our layout editor for display because we work with display companies for a very long time. Clever is a RC extractor, so you can extract the parasitics. You can have any arbitrary shape where you can extract R and C's in order to do electrical verification. Gateway is our schematic editor. Instead of drawing all the pixels by hand, you have a hierarchical approach, so you basically draw the transistors and resistors for one pixel and then build a hierarchical system, and you can basically build your netlist from that. Victory device, what you see here is one pixel of an organic LED. So the engineers who are using this can do the verification of the optical traits and the electrical traits of each of the individual pixels. Utmost is a tool which allows you to extract parameters either out of a measured data from an actual piece of silicon or from our IV curves out of TCAD. And then it goes into the circuit simulation, which is Smart Spice. So where you can do all your electrical verification of your tool. As the next tool is InBar. InBar is where you do your reliability and thermal analysis, so you can see where the hotspots are on your display. You make sure that your parasitics are correct. You make sure that your metal lines are thick enough to transfer the current to the individual pixels. So that's a very important tool our customers are using. And here you see a micro LED panel, and we zoom out, and you have gotten an overview of all the tools our customers are using to design displays.
So it's LCD, OLED, micro LED?
TFT, micro LED, yes.
Everything?
Everything.
How come? How can you be involved in everything?
We have been working with display companies now for several years. So we started early with them. We have been jointly developing some of the technology together with our customers, and we are the #1 supplier of EDA tools for the display industry.
#1 EDA for display?
Yes.
But how about, are you also EDA for other things?
Yes,
like,
we do.
Like CPU, chipset?
Yes, we have a whole set of tools to design chips all the way down to FinFETs, 5 and 7 nanometers. We have additional tools which we don't showcase here, such as machine learning tools. We have a model, a tech modeler tool, which use neural networks to create behavioral models for SPICE simulations for materials which don't fit into a given SPICE model. We also have a tool called Variation Manager, Varman. Varman is a tool which does a statistical analysis of the different variations of the design in order to get a high sigma. And that's a tool which is very heavily used by FinFET and consumer products.
So you're also big in many different areas, not just displays.
That's correct.
But you are the specialist in displays? Or?
We are the number one in displays, and we also have a large IP portfolio. We have different IPs. We actually work with some partners together and commercialize their IPs. So we have an IP library. You can go to our website and check out our IP, such as IC3. We have an IC3 standard, which is licensed by quite a few of our customers. We were the first who had silicon out there, so we are quite advanced on the IP side too.
And so here the display, SID Display Week, the whole display industry is talking with you. What
Yes.
are you talking about?
I mean, we had our suites filled every day. We had all the top suppliers in our suites. Let me peek in and see whether there's a meeting going on right now. Yeah, sorry, there's a meeting going on right now.
But talking about all these things going on here, active matrix,
Yes.
full panel layout,
Right.
driver circuit
Right.
design, LED.
Yeah.
It's, how do you manage to have tools about all this, and where are you based?
We are based in Santa Clara. That's our headquarters. But we have offices around the world. So we have R&D facilities in Vienna, in Austria, in Grenoble in France, in Denmark. We basically...
In Copenhagen or Aarhus? Or?
In Copenhagen, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. We have sales offices in Asia. We are very focused on the Asian market, as you can imagine, in display. We have offices in Singapore, in Tokyo and Kyoto. We have 2 offices in Japan, and we have a large office in Taiwan, close, right at the doorstep of TSMC, which is the largest foundry in the world.
And when was Silvaco founded?
Silvaco was founded almost 34 years ago now. In 2016, I guess, we celebrated our 30th anniversary. The company was founded by Silicon Valley icon, Ivan Pisic. The company is still privately owned by his family. And we're doing very well and are growing. Our goal was to grow to double the size of the company in 3 years, and we are in our 3rd year, and we are close to achieving that goal.
All right. And so in the future, there's just more and more stuff to be done. Like so, the micro LED, you're gonna find ways to help make it happen better.
That's right. As you know, there are always new materials used for display, and we develop models for those materials. We basically use mathematical algorithms to build the behavior of those materials into our software. We have a whole floor of PhDs in the company, mostly physicists and computer science, who do the work on the tools.
So as soon as they get the PhD, you get them hired directly?
Actually, that's a good question, because we do work very closely with the universities. So we have a university program. So we have we basically give our tools to universities for a very large discount and work with them very early. We have a few people who work on their PhD thesis who work with our tools, and that's also something where we recruit afterwards, or we get business because those people are recruited by our customers.
And the companies that work in this space, they're very happy to work with you, right?
That's
There's
correct.
got to be a nice partnership. There's
That's
like
right.
support going on,
Right.
also interactions.
That's right. We
sharing of IP sometimes and stuff.
Sharing of IP, yes.
Like if they have an idea for you, maybe we give them a discount if they integrate their IP with you or something.
We do have technology partnerships where we basically collaborate on developing new materials or new models. That's correct, yes.
IGZO, quantum dot, everything.
Everything, yes.
Memory.
Memory, we do have a few tools on the memory side. For example, our variation manager, Barman, is improving the yield performance on large memories too.